every 3 days, we lose a student on school property. It's the #1 death in the United States on school property. And that's according to Centers for Disease Control. And that's a safe number to say 2,000.
About 6 months ago, we had an incident on a football field with a 7th grader who had no indications he had any heart problems, and he was involved in a routine play and got stepped on the chest at the right time, and it stopped his heart.
Vanessa Steele is a coach and teacher for me at Watauga Middle School. She teaches 7th and 8th grade athletics, PE, and health. On April 1st of 2011, April Fool's Day of all days, Vanessa Steele had a sudden cardiac arrest inside of our gym. Vanessa was flat on her stomach, and I rolled her over. At that point, the nurse did an assessment and determined that she was not breathing and did not have a pulse.
And out of the corner of my eye, I saw somebody just drop. And I looked over, and Lewis was face down, motionless, not moving at all. I immediately ran over there. I turned him over. I checked for breathing. I checked any signs of life. He wasn't breathing. I couldn't find a pulse on him.
I had cardiac arrest on March 11th, 2010. And I was just in chemistry, and we just stood up to say the pledge, and I just collapsed.
They said, something's wrong with Sarah. I'm like, what? And just when you get that call, it was from her friend. You know it, the tone of her voice, you know that call, but you don't know what. And she just said her eyes are open and she doesn't see me. And she fell down, and they told me to call her mother.
And as the trainer got there, he got the AED set up, and we got him set up on it, and then we used it. And within a split second, he came right back to life. Just like he just woke up and nothing happened. Immediately wanted to get up and wanted to know what was going on, why everybody was looking at him.
Coach King did CPR, and then Nurse Toy used the AED.
I think that the electricity that the AED sent to her heart played a part in saving her life, just with the sheer fact is that the amount of control that was needed to start the heart was not able to be administered by a human being.
Well, it feels great. You know, being the first school to have be part of the Project Atom and have a save is a good feeling. You know, that's what Project Atom's about.
You have got to have a plan. You've got to role play, as uncomfortable as it is. We do 2 AED drills a year in Birdville ISD. We've got teams that have been formed that are specialized in who gets the AED, who gets the bag, and who comes to be the first responder.
When it all happened, I just reacted and I knew what to do. I didn't have to think about it. I think that might have played the most important role of it all, was, you know, us coaches being trained and being prepared on the situation.
A plan's real important. If you don't have a plan, you'll have chaos, and chaos could cost a life.
Richardson ISD Health Services presents Project SAVE, responding to children, adolescents, and adults in sudden cardiac arrest. This presentation will show the need to educate and prepare staff to save a life, accomplished by creating an emergency response team on every campus. Sudden cardiac arrest is not a question of if it will happen, but rather when. Sudden cardiac arrest can occur anywhere, anytime, and to anyone. It does not just happen to athletes or even someone who is currently exercising. Remember, sudden cardiac arrest strikes without warning. The American Heart Association states typically children display no symptoms of underlying cardiac conditions that could be recognized in a routine physical by a pediatrician. So how can we ensure that every campus can respond quickly and appropriately if necessary? Will your campus be ready? We ensure the safety of our students and staff by having routine drills for fires, tornadoes, and lockdowns. We have AEDs and CPR trained staff in every Richardson ISD building. As part of Project SAVE, we now also have emergency response teams on every campus. The emergency response team consists of 6 staff members, including the school nurse. It is preferred for team members to be certified or willing to become certified in CPR. Richardson ISD offers these classes at no cost. Planning and practice for an emergency are necessary for an optimal response. ERT members will have 2 drills per year, one after school and the other during normal school hours. During an AED drill, ERT members will respond to a simulated emergency. A CPR mannequin and an AED trainer will be used for practice. Members will perform various responsibilities such as retrieving the AED, performing CPR, and maintaining crowd control. Your school nurse will review the plan with you before the drill and then lead a debriefing discussion afterward. Each drill should last no longer than 30 minutes, and as a result of your participation, you will be significantly better prepared in the event of an emergency. Since we never know when or where an incident will occur, it is also important for all staff, not just those who are members of the emergency response team, to realize a person's survival rate increases the sooner CPR is started. Just by performing hands-only CPR, you can help save a life.
If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, it's important to act fast. Helping to save a life is easier than you might think. Just start hands-only CPR. The first step is to send someone to call 911 or call 911 yourself. Then get directly over the victim. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest. Then put your other hand on top of the first. Then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. It's important to push at a rate of at least 100 beats per minute, which is about the same tempo as the song Stayin' Alive. Let's hope you never have to use hands-only CPR, but if you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, don't be afraid to try it. Remember, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives.
This is possible. We can save a life.